Welcome back to the Movie Draft House. I'm your host, Mark, joined by co-host Jeff.
Happy Thursday, sir.
Hey, happy Thursday indeed. How's it going?
Pretty good. For tomorrow's Friday.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's how math works. I don't know if that's actually math, but
I mean, maybe? Probably.
I'm relatively certain I'm not mistaken.
Relativity is math.
Ooh.
I know
I'm right.
probably. I think anything could be math if you kind of boil it down.
I think you're right.
Yeah. I mean, we can have an equation for anything. But what we don't have an equation for that we need you, sir.
Me? Okay.
Yeah, to tell us what the theme is and what we watched this week.
Yeah, so our theme, if you don't know, is 1 degree of separation. Each film shares something in common with the previous one. So last week we watched Argo, which had Clea Duvall in it. And she is in this week's film, The Grudge, which is from 2004. It is a remake, an American remake of a Japanese film called Ju-on, I think. Or
Ju-on?
I'm saying it wrong.
Maybe Ju-on.
Ju-on. Thank you.
Directed by the same guy, though.
Same guy. They kept the same director Takashi Shimizu. Written by Steven Susko and Takashi as well. And of course stars Sarah Michelle Gellar, Clea Duvall, Bill Pullman, and a host of others. But those are the names that most Americans would know. A lot of Japanese actors in this film, as it takes place in Japan.
I will say that I feel like you die a little more each week. A little more. You lose a little bit more life as we move through the year.
That doesn't sound good.
I will say that the summer hasn't been good to us. For films,
we've had the opposite of summer blockbusters.
That's true. What's your history with this movie?
I mean, I've seen the trailer. In the trailer, there's the classic moment where she's in the shower and there's fingers in her scalp, which has always been, kind of burnt in my memory. I didn't know that this was a Sam Raimi produced joint, or that he had something to do with it. Of course, his brother Ted Raimi is in it. But that's about it. I never saw it. I didn't really know what it was about. And it just kind of flew under the radar for me because it just didn't. I don't know if I was too scared to watch it or what, but back then I just was not the target market in 2004 for The Grudge. Have you watched this before?
Yeah, I will say yes. I'm pretty sure when I was in high school, because I was a senior in high school then, I think I went and saw it with my girlfriend at the time. I know I for sure went and saw it at the theaters. I don't remember who I was with or the circumstances, but I just remember this movie, The Ring. Those were the type of horror movies at the time. There was a different one. It was about the Tooth Fairy, and I forget what the name of it was. But they all kind of felt very similar. And I don't really remember what I felt about it. I haven't watched it since. And that's probably telling of what I thought about it. But it didn't really leave an impact on me. I do remember it being popular. The Grudge and The Ring were kind of competing. I want to say they came out in the same year, and
we got The Grudge because of the success of The Ring.
Oh, okay.
The Ring was another film. I don't know if it was Japanese or not, but it was an East Asian film called Ringu that they turned into The Ring, and it was hugely popular. So I think, The Grudge, that's why we got it, is because they're like, hey, this is what people want now. And like you said, it was popular.
Well, and it's like, I just like this type of horror, and I'm using quotes, air quotes for that, horror movie, were kind of the popular thing of the like early and mid 2000s. And
Well, Sarah Michelle Gellar, of course, popular from
yeah,
I Know What You Did Last Summer fame.
well, that
And then she was
Buffy
in Scream 2, right?
she died early on in Scream 2, I think.
Yeah, that's right.
But Buffy the Vampire Slayer, I mean, that's where Sarah Michelle Gellar is known from.
Right.
I'll just get out of the way. This movie was boring as shit to me.
Okay.
I didn't really care at all. Like it had some cool kind of sounds. Maybe the like just the weird sounds that people were making throughout the movie.
The inverted breathing, or it
Yeah.
sounded like someone was maybe making a cappuccino in the next room.
Yeah, I mean, there's some cool stuff that's happening in the film. I just felt largely the film was boring. There's very little dialogue that for a horror film I thought was interesting. And I haven't seen the original, so I can't really say if that's something that they were just transposing over to an American version of the film. But I just felt like, one, the movie wasn't interesting enough to keep me really engaged because there's very little dialogue. The dialogue that takes place in this film is very short and brief. Not a lot of extended conversations here. Bill Pullman's in the movie very little.
Right, like barely.
Yeah, and I thought that was kind of a waste because he's a really good actor and he's highly recognizable, and especially at the time.
Did we do Independence Day at this point? Was that already out?
Yeah, that was out in 96, 97.
Okay.
But I really felt like Sarah Michelle Gellar was kind of miscast here. The film doesn't really give her a whole lot to do. And I don't want to say I was disappointed because I don't think I went into it with real big expectations, but I guess I was a little bit taken aback by the lack of interest that I had.
Yeah. I found it kind of dull as well. And I picked a horror movie because I generally find horror movies engaging and fun to watch. And after the slump we've been on, I mean, Argo, not by any means is not a bad movie, but just wanted something that I thought I would really like. And I don't hate it. I kind of agree largely that it feels a lot of things are wasted. Now, they did bring back the cast that played the main evil ghost lady and the ghost little boy. Those are like the same ones from the Japanese film. I also really like that it did take place in Japan, and as opposed to just fully Americanizing it. They kept the roots where they were. They just added a couple more recognizable American actors for us over here to be like, oh, I know who that is. I'll go see it. And so I've appreciated that. There are a couple visuals that are interesting. I think the CGI has not aged well. There's the moment where the hair comes down from the ceiling.
Yeah.
And it looks terrible. Like, and there's another scene where the cop is watching a surveillance video and she comes out of the ground, and it just takes me out of it. I didn't find this to be particularly scary. And it wasn't fun either. Like, I just watched, have you watched the new Final Destination yet?
Yes, that was good. I liked it.
Oh my God. It was so much fun. And afterwards, I was talking to a friend I was watching it with. He goes, hey, we'll watch Death of a Unicorn next. I was like, yeah, that ain't topping this. This shit was.
I will.
Like,
don't do that.
Don't tell me what to do. It ain't topping Bloodlines.
It doesn't top a lot of things. No,
damn.
I did not enjoy Death of a Unicorn at all. And maybe I was not the target audience, but I just did not enjoy it. It's Paul Rudd is he's been wasted a lot lately in a lot of films. What's the movie we just watched? No, we didn't just watch it, but it's on the service, and with the guy from the show. Was it Just Friends? Is that what it's called?
Oh, Friends. I think it's just called Friends.
Okay. I thought Paul Rudd was wasted in that. Just not a lot of funny things for him to do in that movie, but Paul Rudd's very much wasted in Death of a Unicorn. Anyway, back to the Bloodlines. And we just watched it yesterday.
Yeah.
And I very much enjoyed that. I thought it did a lot to bring all of the Final Destination films together by gave it kind of its own thing. I just thought it was
okay. You're back.
Oh, did I lose you?
You're back now.
Yay! I just thought that that's a fun. I don't really call those movies horror, although
they really aren't.
Although in some of our years past where we've done kind of a Mount Rush of slasher films, I think I'm on record of saying that death in the Final Destination films is a top 4 villain in slasher films.
We'll have to go back and check the archive because I don't remember. But after I've seen Final Destination 1, 2, and 3. I don't think I've seen 4 and 5, but this one fucking is the best one yet. It's so good.
Yeah, I'm right there. And I thought the it doesn't waste any time. Like, it doesn't care that you've seen any of the past movies. It does, and it tries to present kind of all of it to you in kind of like subplot and backstory. But
yeah.
But it doesn't waste time trying to establish that. It just tells you, hey, this old lady, Granny, she's the lone survivor from way back in the day, and I thought I did a great job of explaining why death is going the way it's going, and and it ties in all of the Final Destination movies to that, and so it's just a really good romp. It's a slasher romp. The deaths, and that's what makes a Final Destination film, is the outlandish and crazy
There
ways.
is no punches pulled, and that's what I love. They're all creative and fun. Several moments. I kind of wish I would have seen it in theaters with like a full crowd, and just oh shit, there's so much of that.
The ending,
the movie.
The ending got me.
Oh boy, great ending. Really great.
But no, that is how you do. And now it's unfair to really compare The Grudge to something like a Final Destination.
Very different. Yeah.
Even though I think the original Final Destination was made in kind of the same era, 2000, 2001. And so the horror genre at the time wasn't very much different than, or I'm saying
2000 was the first one.
Yeah, I want to say that the way that horror films were presented in this time of this filmmaking era here in the early 2000s, mid 2000s, was the same, And the first Final Destination movie, I just watched it about a month ago, I thought still holds up today. And so just how this movie was presented, I don't know why they chose to remake a Japanese horror film.
I told you why.
Did you?
Yeah, because Ringu.
Right. But was that super?
Ringu into Ring, and Ring was hugely popular, and there was a slew of them. The Grudge, and according to IMDb, there was Dark Water, Pulse, One Missed Call. I'm not familiar as much with those, but that were Japanese films that they brought over to America.
Yeah, I just
because they thought it would make money, and it did.
Did The Grudge make money? Do we know?
Boy, on a budget of $10 million estimated, let's double that for marketing and all that shit. It grossed $110 million.
Yeah, I mean inflation. That's probably
187 worldwide. So yes, it did very well.
Yeah, which is interesting. is because like this. I don't know, man. This movie just did not do it for me at all. And like,
was there things that you did like? What did you like?
I like the setting. I like the fact that like you, they didn't try to Americanize the setting. They took an American woman and put her in Japan, which I thought was okay.
Yeah,
kind of fish out of water. I will say that we watched this on the Plex, and I forgot to turn the subtitles on, and so like people are talking in Japanese, and I'm like, is this? Maybe this is a part of the movie where like we're the fish out of water too.
It is and it isn't. So right. I did find subtitles that worked where it would only do the subtitles when people were speaking Japanese.
Right.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
And so there were some Japanese conversations that they didn't give me subtitles for. So I'm like, that must not matter. And then there were some where we got the full conversation. So
right. And I thought that, where Sarah Michelle Gellar's character has somewhat passable just conversation starting
konnichiwa,
right. But I thought that's fine. Like I appreciated the fact that the film actually had the setting that it did. And I mean I don't actually know if that was Japan, but I believe it probably was. But like there's something to be said when a film takes the time to actually go to a location and try to capture maybe the sense of what it's like to be in a foreign place and experiencing crazy shit.
Yeah.
And so like I enjoyed that. I can get behind the kind of the visual or the stylish visuals of the ghost or whatever, the demon, whatever the thing is. It's like you said, it doesn't hold up, but if I could remember, it probably looked pretty striking in a theater.
Yeah,
back in 2000.
And it is something to be said. Like watching this in a dark theater might have affected me more, but I watched it in my den, and it was
right.
not particularly scary to me.
It's just like certain small things I can appreciate. I mean, it's rated PG-13, so you probably weren't going to get too much crazy stuff, but I thought for the rating and for kind of the plot of this whole thing, I thought they probably did a passable job of presenting, this house being haunted, I guess.
Yeah.
But I felt a lot of the acting was just kind of meh. The guy with I forget what his name is, but I've seen him in a ton of stuff, and I'm trying to find him on the IMDb. Ted Raimi.
Pullman.
No, Ted Raimi.
Yeah, because it's Sam Raimi's brother.
What he was in a ton of stuff back in the 90s, and he's that guy that
Spider-Man.
Oh, was he in Spider-Man?
Ted. Yeah, because he's Sam Raimi's brother.
Oh.
So he's in all the Sam Raimi films. He
Yeah.
usually has some sort of bit part.
When is he a bit part in this? I don't remember if he was like.
Yeah, maybe not. He's got more screen time than Bill Pullman, I think.
He probably does. But no, I just like a lot of the main boyfriend male actor guy. I don't recognize him.
William Mapother.
Is that him?
No, wait, that played Matthew. No, you're thinking.
It's Jason Bear. He plays Doug.
There you go. Doug. They really worked hard on that name.
I mean, Sarah Michelle Gellar's name is Karen. I don't know. It's the movie is it's dated for sure. It's dated. This like if a movie like this got made today, it goes straight to a streaming service. And it wouldn't be like
the third film was direct to video. Grudge 3, so yeah.
But like, I mean, like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to think like if you like take a movie like this and say you cast like Jenna Ortega as the main character, and it went straight to Netflix, right? It probably gets a lot of attention the first weekend it's out, and then it fades to, the bottom pile of the streaming after that. I just don't think, like, this film doesn't hold up. I don't know how it made as much money as it did, but it doesn't hold up.
Horror movies tend to do really well in theaters on low budgets.
And cinema has gotten away from the horror genre like it was. I would say the 90s and early 2000s were prime horror genre days.
Yeah, I mean, the last big one, I think it was like the It's, when they came out, was kind of a huge deal. But
and we're getting an It TV show soon. Welcome to Derry.
Yeah,
I just saw that it hasn't even come out yet. I think it comes out in like middle of September, and it's already been greenlit for a second season. So,
oh damn, it must be pretty.
They're confident,
pretty comfortable with it. Of course, that doesn't mean shit. I mean, they can always pull the plug on it. Like they did that with Glow. Glow was already greenlit for a fourth season, and they pulled the plug on it. Yeah. Thanks, fucking COVID.
I love Mark Maron, man.
Yeah, he's great.
He's just
in that show.
Well, he's good. He's good in pretty much everything he does, but he's just super fucking funny, and he doesn't really require a lot. He's just kind of like that everyday guy. He's like that grouchy old dude that is like kind of funny, but you're like, wait a minute, is he actually being serious right now? Like kind of your racist uncle, but you love him anyway.
Whoa. Okay.
I don't know. I don't know what else to say about The Grudge. I don't know.
It is for me forgettable as well, and I was really surprised because it was such a big deal at one point that now it's not. And my bad. I'll try harder next time. The good news is that you get to pick what we're going to watch next. I don't know if that's good news or not.
Yeah, and I did some advanced research on this because there's not a whole lot of people in this film to choose from that I have like knowledge off the top of my head of, oh, they've been in this.
Right, outside of Bill Pullman and Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Correct. And I looked at Sarah Michelle Gellar and I was like, ooh, Scooby-Doo? But we're not watching.
I mean, honestly, at this point.
I had in my mind that James Gunn directed the Scooby-Doo movies, but he just wrote them. He didn't direct them.
Oh.
So I was like, nah, we won't watch Scooby-Doo. But what I did do is I chose William Mapother. And
that's the guy who plays the brother in this movie or whatever.
And I chose a movie from 2014. It's rated R. Comes in at an hour 46. And it stars Michael Pitt, Stephen Yeun, Astrid Burgess Frisbee, and of course William Mapother.
These are made up names. I've never heard of any of these people.
If you go to Stephen Yeun,
why don't you tell me the movie? I'll look it up on IMDb. And
we're gonna watch I Origins. It's the letter I, Origins.
Oh, fuck me. Molecular biologist and his laboratory partner uncover evidence that may fundamentally change society as we know it.
The trailer looked good. I watched the trailer. I've never seen it. I've never heard of it.
It's like it's going to be some pretentious bullshit.
I hope not. I hope not. It's got a 7.3 on IMDb.
And there's no one in this movie that I know. So that's
Stephen Yeun. You don't know Stephen Yeun?
Let me pull up because not by name,
by face.
And nope, I don't know this. At least it's 4, featured movies. Oh, he was in Nope with, that.
He was in Nope. But he got his
Man.
thing. He got not his start, but his claim to fame for The Walking Dead.
Ooh,
He was Glenn.
he was in Space Jam 2, the new legacy. We could finally talk about that log of shit.
Well, I mean, check the back catalog.
No, we didn't.
Did
we
we?
watch that for the pod?
Did we?
I feel like we just talked about it because we both watched it on our own and we were like, this is awful. And it's one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
This has got Britt Marling in it.
Seven Psychopaths tie-in.
Oh, really?
Yeah, everything comes back to that movie. Like there has so many people in it that it's like the Kevin Bacon of movies.
Yeah.
Like you can just 1 to 2 degrees, you're right back at Seven Psychopaths.
Anyways, the movie looked interesting from the trailer. I'll apologize ahead of time if this sucks, but it can't get much worse than what we've been on. So, we'll watch it. We'll talk about it.
We'll grumble some more.
It's on Hulu. So I don't know. The one thing we can never say is that the podcast has always led us to watching things we never would have watched otherwise.
That is true.
So maybe
I don't know if that's good, but it is true. I've watched some shit.
Yeah. What's not shit is all of you hitting the subscribe button when it pops up if you're watching on YouTube. If you're not watching on YouTube and you just want to follow the podcast on all our favorite social media platforms, we're on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, right here on YouTube. So give us a like, follow, subscribe at Movie Draft House. Jeff, tell them where they can find you.
You can find me on the internet. If you Google poop, I'll probably show up. But also you can check out my podcast Chronologically, where we go through the full filmographies of cinema's greatest creators. We're about to start our season on Stephen King. It should have already started by now. And my other podcast called All Things Being Sequel, where we go through long-running franchises.
Yeah. Jeff, any last words?
Nope. Nothing to add. But yeah, I can do it. Hold on. Damn.